No back to basics series on energy healing would be complete without a discussion of the soul. But unlike all of the other videos in this series, the soul truly is completely spiritual in nature. And so, to go back to the basics of the soul, all I can do is present the ideas that have really helped me on my healing journey, on my spiritual journey. But keep in mind, when it comes to the spiritual, we're on the edge of the mystery, we're in the unknown. And in a lot of ways, energy healing invites us to become comfortable with that edge and the unknown and to find our way in the dark, to create our realities by clearing our subconscious and unconscious and having a look at how we truly operate. But when it comes to the soul and our journey beyond this body, beyond this life, nobody really knows. And that is quite wonderful. So in this video, we're going to talk about the 3 perspectives about soul that really have helped me heal. My name is Inge. I'm an energy healer with over 7 years of experience. I've seen about more than thousands of clients. And in this series, what I really wanted to do is to bring my clients, my students, and anybody who's woo curious back to the basics of energy healing. Because it is so close to spirituality, I wanted to find some grounded language that anybody can relate to. The foundational principle being that everything is energy, everything is vibrating information. And this is the last video I'm recording in this series, and I am thrilled to have made 25, and I'm honored to have been able to do this. So let me go into it. My perspective. So number 1, my soul wants to learn and grow. That's the first perspective. It helps to imagine that there's this energy in me, this intention in me and in all human beings that wants to explore this energetic reality of being in a body. And it wants to learn and it wants to grow and it wants to transmute dense energy into lighter energy. And it really does help to see how this impulse to learn and grow can be at odds with what is comfortable. So if we fully listen to our soul, guaranteed you're not going to have a very comfortable life. And that's great. That's beautiful because the way I see it, we're here to transcend our egos. We're here to really explore and grow and be all that we can be. Now, that's the first perspective. The second perspective is that the soul has a history beyond this body. So how I imagine it to work, and this is really an imagination because who knows? Nobody, we can't know, is that in the world of undifferentiated matter and energy, everything is at a lighter vibration and everything is really operating with love. And as we go into the denser aspects of our reality and that energy that we are chooses to incarnate into this human experience, there's a choicefulness about that, but I'm going to go back to that in a moment. We go from indifferentiated to something personal, some personal energy that then gets incarnated into this body. And that something personal is this sort of energetic quality that goes beyond your life, your physical life. And this is where your soul might have had other lifetimes. Your soul might have had a curriculum, something it wanted to learn coming here, might have had an intention incarnating here. It might come here to transcend certain things so it never comes back. This is where different religions have different theories of how this works. And I think it's beautiful that we have different stories and that we just don't know. But this is a personal one that really has helped for me. So for me, having a history beyond this body, I like to imagine that my soul has some themes that it's been learning. And if I look at my life so far, this life might have been perfectly designed to allowing me to explore self-expression and shining bright and the balance between autonomy and intimacy. And these themes may transcend this lifetime, may be things that I've been learning for some time from different angles and different ways. And then my soul, and this is the third perspective, chose this body, a female body, in a time where technology has blown up. It's incredible what we're able to do in a time where women are largely seen as equal to men, maybe different, but equal. In a country, very, very liberal country in the Netherlands, moving to Canada, also very liberal country. The changes of culture, the changes of language, all of these things have been challenges for me, definitely. And I like to imagine that my soul set up the exact right challenges, because as humans, we learn from challenges a lot more. Right challenges for me to learn these lessons of expression, of shining bright, of standing up tall and saying what I stand for and what I believe in and how my mind works. And that allows me to place some of the more difficult things, certain difficult relationships I experienced, into a context where it was all sort of the perfect school, the perfect design, the perfect portal for me to learn what I came here to learn. And I notice as you say yes to these lessons, as you let your soul guide you and set the curriculum for you, there is some kind of magic that comes to it, because then it is that you get closer to your purpose. And the closer you get to your purpose, the bigger the game you get to play. And that's another aspect that I really, really enjoy thinking about when it comes to the soul. So one thing that has been the most helpful for me, and I come back to again and again and again, is a very simple question. So let's say your soul chose this experience. What is it the perfect lesson for? What is it the perfect lesson for? So the challenge of making these 25 videos, well, it's a perfect lesson for me to work really well with my husband. It's a perfect lesson for me to allow him to support me. It's the perfect lesson for me to really get precise with my words. It's the perfect lesson to stand up and express things that I've been cagey about for years to the general public. And that perspective shift makes it easier for your soul and your ego to work together. So I invite you to ask yourself that question. If my soul chose this experience, what is it the perfect experience for? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this one, you're going to like the one on ego. It's also 3 perspectives on ego. And if you want to live your soul, if you want to gain even more understanding of how this applies to you personally, I invite you into my program, Soft and True, where these concepts are in the very fabric of the program, where you're brought to get closer and closer to your soul's purpose. My other programs, Reiki 3 directly talks about the soul, how you get to be the energy, the Reiki, you get to be the medicine that your people are looking for. So I invite you to hit subscribe and to have a look at the other big Back to Basics series. And as the last one, I thank you so much for your attention, for your willingness to heal, and your willingness to become all that you are.